everyone, today I'm going to do another UD technique, and this time I'm going to use the 10 Volts Distress Embossing ink as usual, and then I'm also going to use UD but in the platinum color. Let me just bring this light up a little bit. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to get this covered really well with the embossing pad, and you want to get it pretty thick on there because you want it to cover really well. So I'm just going all the way around, and it looks pretty good. You see, yeah, not bad. Okay, I'm gonna flip that back over, and I'm just gonna emboss it like you normally would. I'm gonna shake this up so I get some of the small grains to the top. Otherwise, all the big stuff ends up being on the top. This way it'll cover better. I'm just covering it really well. And just gonna shake some of that UV off. I'm going to set that aside. Actually, I'm going to dump that right back into my bottle here. Blow that stuff off because I don't want it to melt on my table. Okay, and then you're just going to heat set it. Now, as you're melting that, you'll notice that this UD actually will bubble up a little bit. All you have to do to get rid of those bubbles is after you heat set it, leave the bubbles alone, let it cool, and then once it's done cooling, go back over it again and it'll come out really smooth. I'm leaving some of my bubbles on there because I'm going to distress this and show you how to make it look like an antique metal. So I'm going to use a regular nail file, and oops, this platinum actually takes a while to cool, so be careful and don't do what I just did because I touched it while it was still wet. So just make sure you let that solidify before you start working with it. And it's not like the clear UD, it does take a little while to cool. Just to test this area a little bit. It's still a little soft because I left a fingerprint, so you want to make sure it's completely cool before you do this next step. Okay, it's just about ready. It's a little warm on that side, so I'm going to start on this side. So now you're just going to take a regular nail file. I would recommend using a coarse nail file, and I'm just going to go over these edges. And I'm not being too gentle with the nail file because, like I said earlier, I want it to look real distressed. Now I'm just going on the inside of the frame. I want it to look really worn out and antique-y. Okay, let me get this side too. So see how that's really made it, and you could just leave it like that, but I'm going to take it a step further, and I'm going to take my Stays-On ink pad, and make sure you rub all that excess off, because you don't want that to linger on your pad. And you're just going to take your pad and rub over it a little bit. And that black kind of settles into the cracks, but I want it to settle even more into those cracks and scratches. So I'm going to take some Stays-On all-purpose cleaner and a little rag, and I'm just going to dab a little bit onto my rag. Just get a little wet, and I'm just going to gently rub it. And this is just going to clean some of it off so that most of the Stays-On goes into the cracks. Okay, cool. That's exactly what I want it to look like. So there's your antique looking frame. And you could even, because this is a chipboard die cut, you could take the centerpiece and cover it in foil and make it look like a mirror, which would be kind of neat. So there's that Platinum Beauty, and it's not real silver looking. It's actually got kind of a little bit of a gold to it. So it really does look all antique looking. And see how I left those bubbles in there, and it kind of made this frame look like it's hammered metal. Doesn't that look neat? Let me show you what it'll look like on a page. If I could just find one here. This is a little mini album I've been working on. So you can like stick it on there with a picture behind it or something. Or let's see if I've got another page here that will look really neat. Oh, you can even do it on there actually. It doesn't look too bad either. But just a fun little frame. I hope you guys liked it, and thanks for watching.